Stop doing this, especially if you are over 60 and still believe that heavy, bone-crushing squats are the only way to stay mobile. You've been told for decades that the squat is the king of exercises, but for many of us, it's actually the king of knee pain and lower back flares. What if I told you that the most important muscle group in your body, your glutes, can be built faster, safer, and more effectively without ever doing a traditional squat again? But there is one specific hidden mistake in the way most people walk that actually turns off your glutes entirely, making all your hard work useless. I'm going to reveal that glute-killing habit and how to flip the switch back on later in this video, so make sure you don't miss it. Welcome to Healify Hub, where we focus on longevity and movement that feels good. Today, we're talking about the powerhouse of your body, the glutes. As we cross the bridge into our 60s and beyond, these muscles aren't just about looking good in a pair of jeans. They are your biological insurance policy. They protect your lower back, they stabilize your hips, and they are the primary engines that keep you walking, climbing stairs, and standing up without assistance. But the traditional squat often puts too much shear force on the aging knee joint. It demands a level of ankle and hip mobility that many of us have lost over years of sitting or previous injuries. You might be thinking, but I've always done squats. And that's fine, but as our bodies evolve, our training must evolve too. We want the maximum benefit with the minimum risk. We want to feel strong, not sore in the wrong places. Today, I'm breaking down the 4 specific glute moves that are scientifically proven to activate more muscle fibers than the squat, all while keeping your joints in the safe zone. These are the moves that will give you back your balance and that spring in your step.
Let's start with why we're even focusing on this. Have you ever noticed that as we age, we tend to develop what doctors call gluteal amnesia? It sounds funny, but it's a serious issue. Our brains literally lose the strong neural connection to our butt muscles because we spend so much time sitting on them. When your glutes go to sleep, your lower back has to take over the heavy lifting. That's why so many people over 60 struggle with chronic backaches. By focusing on these 4 moves, we aren't just building muscle, we are rewiring your brain to use the right muscles for the job. The first move on our list is the glute bridge. Now, don't let its simplicity fool you. This is the foundation of everything. Unlike a squat, which forces you to fight gravity while balancing on your feet, the bridge is performed lying down. This removes the balance variable and allows you to focus 100% of your mental energy on squeezing those glutes. When you lie on your back with your knees bent and lift your hips toward the ceiling, you are putting your gluteus maximus in a position where it can reach peak contraction without any pressure on your knees. But here is the secret to making the bridge better than a squat: the posterior tilt. Most people just arch their back to get their hips up. If you do that, you're just working your back. Instead, I want you to imagine tucking your tailbone between your legs before you lift. This small adjustment locks your spine in place and forces your glutes to do every ounce of the work. You'll feel a burn you've never felt before, and your spine will stay perfectly neutral and safe. Moving on to our second move, we have the bird dog. This one is a favorite among physical therapists for a reason. It's not just a glute move, it's a total body stabilizer. When you're on all fours and you extend one arm and the opposite leg, you are forcing your glutes to fire to keep your hips level. This mimics the natural movement of walking and climbing. For those of us over 60, balance is everything. Falls are one of the biggest risks to our independence, and the bird dog trains the glutes to stabilize the pelvis in real time. It's functional, it's safe, and it builds that hidden strength that helps you recover if you ever trip on a curb. You might find yourself wobbling at first, and that's okay. That wobble is actually your nervous system learning. As you get stronger, you'll find that your posture improves throughout the day. You'll stand taller because your glutes and your core are finally working together as a team. Now, let's talk about the third move, which targets a muscle most people completely ignore: the clamshell.
This move targets the gluteus medius, the muscle on the side of your hip. Squats are great for the big muscles in the back, but they often neglect the side muscles. Why does this matter? Because the gluteus medius is what prevents your knees from caving inward when you walk. If this muscle is weak, every step you take is putting a tiny bit of twist on your knee joint. Over thousands of steps a day, that leads to arthritis and pain. By lying on your side and opening your knees like a clamshell, you are isolating that stabilizer. It's a small movement, but it is incredibly powerful for joint longevity. If you want to keep hiking, gardening, or playing with your grandkids without your knees screaming at you the next day, the clamshell is your best friend. It's the move that ensures your chassis is aligned properly. Finally, we have the fourth move, the sit to stand. This is essentially a functional squat, but with a safety net. Instead of hovering in midair with a heavy weight, you use a sturdy chair. You sit down with control, and you stand up using purely your heels and your glutes. This is the move that directly translates to your everyday life. Think about how many times a day you get out of a car, off a sofa, or up from the dinner table. If you can master the sit to stand, you are maintaining your independence for decades to come.
The key here is the tease before the reveal I mentioned earlier. Remember that glute-killing mistake I talked about? It happens during this very move and during their daily walk. Most people over 60 have developed what we call a quad-dominant pattern. When they stand up or walk, they push entirely through their toes. This engages the thigh muscles but leaves the glutes completely relaxed. Here is the secret fix, the heel drive. From this moment on, whenever you stand up from a chair or take a step forward, I want you to consciously drive your weight through your heels. Try it right now. If you push through your toes, you feel it in your knees. If you drive through your heels, you feel your glutes tighten and support you. That simple shift, moving the pressure from the ball of your foot to the heel, is the switch that turns your glutes back on. If you keep walking on your toes, your glutes will stay asleep no matter how many exercises you do. By combining these four moves, the bridge, the bird dog, the clamshell, and the sit to stand, with the heel drive technique, you are doing more for your body than 1,000 heavy squats ever could. You are building a foundation of strength that is built on alignment and activation, not just brute force. You might be wondering, how often should I do these? The beauty of these movements is that they are low impact enough to be done almost every day. Start with just 10 repetitions of each, 3 times a week. Within just 14 days, you'll notice that standing up feels lighter. You'll notice that your lower back feels less tight in the mornings. You are literally reclaiming your body's natural power.
The fitness industry often tries to convince us that we need complicated machines or high-intensity workouts to stay fit. But the truth is much simpler. Your body is a masterpiece of engineering, and it just needs the right signals to stay strong. By moving away from high-stress exercises like heavy squats and moving toward these targeted, joint-friendly glute moves, you are choosing a path of longevity over short-term gains. We've covered a lot today, from the importance of the posterior tilt in your bridges to the life-changing power of the heel drive. These aren't just exercises, they are tools for a better quality of life. You deserve to move without fear, to walk without pain, and to feel strong in your own skin, regardless of the number on your birth certificate. Before we wrap up, remember that the silent glute killer of walking on your toes is a habit that takes time to break. Be patient with yourself. Every time you catch yourself pushing through your toes, just gently shift that weight back to your heels. Your knees and your back will thank you instantly. This journey to better health doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen one step at a time. You have the knowledge now, and knowledge is only power when it's put into action. So tomorrow morning, before you even leave your bedroom, try 5 glute bridges on the floor or even on your mattress. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your body responds. If you want to be part of the 1% who actually takes control of their aging process rather than just letting it happen to them, then you know which button to click. Join our community here at Healify Hub, where we value wisdom over intensity and health over hype. Hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss a secret to staying strong, mobile, and independent. Your future self is already thanking you for the work you're doing today. Stay strong, stay mobile, and I'll see you in the next one.